All right, Arif,
Yeah.
did you see what happened on Guild Wars 2 Reddit?
Dude,
Uh,
I skipped
Did you?
everything to the
no.
Warp's World
Okay,
Reddit
so
and saw that shit.
so what happened on Guild Wars 2 Reddit was basically an announcement that said Colin Johansson is stepping down as lead designer, and Mike O'Brien is taking over. I don't know who that is, but
Okay.
right then on the spot they did a AMA through Reddit, and what happened in this AMA is that not just Mike O'Brien was giving answers, but also the lead developers in each section of the game was giving answer to questions to players. Uh,
Okay.
in his post, he said he first wanted to get the opinion from the players, and then also work on it and see what direction he should take the game into. First of all, that's probably the smartest decision that he's ever made, was getting the player's opinion rather than just going forward with doing something that uh, that might be backlash. So it was a long day and a whole bunch of answers were put out. Sadly, there wasn't much for World other than you know they they said have always thought that the Alpine Borderlands should be put back into rotation. Um, we're working on layouts so it's more navigate, be able to move around in the desert Borderlands. Right now it's a big clusterfuck of like an PVE map, and they said that they are trying to work so it is more, uh, friendly to just go around and explore it. Um, they're looking into putting a live beta for future content for World Sold here pretty soon as well. So, in terms of World Sold aspect, I feel like they might be onto something. I don't know.
It depends, but I'm still upset that you told me that they're thinking about making another fucking expansion that we're gonna have to buy.
Yeah, the biggest news. I don't know. I'm just like speaking this to Eric because he hasn't read it yet. Was that they're a team of 120 developers. 70 of them are working on the second expansion. So they're already working on the second expansion
Yeah.
for this
Well,
game.
I mean that's not surprising though.
No, that's not surprising. They want another expansion, and then they get a huge revenue boost from it. Um, However, 30 of the current developers are working on quarterly patch updates. So we're gonna see like a huge patch every like 4 months, most likely. So in April there should be a big content
In
balance
April,
and
is
stuff.
that gotta be like 2 months late?
That's the problem I'm having is that it seems like a little bit long in between. I think
Because it's already been like 3.5 months since the expansion, so a quarterly patch we would have already
I think
getting
the
it.
well we got that patch in January where it was a bunch of balances and stuff, right? So
Yeah, but that was the PvP patch.
I don't know if they're gonna put like any new content in, but I feel like they're gonna be like putting in balance and changes to traits and stuff to keep it a little fresh. But honestly, it's up in the air with that information. And then the rest of the team for them is basically working on making sure stuff is fixed and all that and all that. Raids. So the first wing is the Spirit Veil Guardian, Gorseval, and Sabbatha, right?
Yeah.
So they're already talking about the third wing of the Forsaken Thicket. They said they're looking forward to releasing the third wing, uh, like towards the end of the year and stuff like that.
Towards the end of the year.
Well, because they haven't released the second wing yet, right? they still have to do the second wing. They have to also put out the War's World patch, the huge War's World patch that's supposed to change everything.
Aren't there supposed to be 4 wings? Or was it 3?
Says several encounters for the third raid wing for the second is playable state. There'll be variances between raid releases regarding the number of encounters depending on complexity. They talked about legendary armor crafting as well. You need the gift of craftsmanship to upgrade each piece to the final precursor armor set. Let's see. 3 wings for Spirit Veil were planned before the first wing release, so they had planned 3 wings for Spirit Veil. And they've been talking about the third wing in the thing. There's no plans for casual mode, so we have to find a way to beat Girl Soul. To be honest, we have to find a way to beat the Veil Guardian again, because it's been a while. And they also said they're going to be releasing new raids, except it won't all be like 3 wings types raids. So
Well, if they're only releasing the rest of this raid by the end of the year, I'm not gonna
I'm not sure if it's
expect
by
any
the
new
end.
raids anytime soon.
I'm not sure if it's by the end of the year, but I don't know. They didn't really actually say when they're releasing it, but they are working on it. And then dungeons, there wasn't much on dungeons. It says fractals are the primary focus, but taking a second look at dungeon rewards, someone said rewards nerf was unneeded. One of the developers said that, but they also Yeah.
Hold on. When was the last time they added anything into fractals? It's been like 3 years, right? Added any new fractals?
it's been a while.
Like, I don't understand how it could be their focus. Like, they've added dungeons.
Well, I mean, they added
They've
a
been adding
better
fractals.
a better reward system in fractals. That is true, but they haven't released any new fractals. For fractals, there's a whole entire paragraph of stuff they said about fractals. It said no Ritlock adventures in fractals because they are quite story heavy. Abaddon Fractal not currently working on, maybe later. Reworking of daily achievements, plans to make fractals mechanically more interesting, like raids. Looking into making rewards from fractals not reliant on lucky drops. Plan to rework Agony in AR, but far in the future. No plans to reintroduce the 4-island mechanic. Plans to increase ascended drop rate. Legendary fractal back piece will unlock a unique glider skin. It's just a whole paragraph of stuff that's going to be released in here. Or, well, not released, but that they talked about. My favorite part was there's like one bullet for Super Adventure Box, and the answer is someday. So that made me a little sad.
What new content did they talk about?
New content. So that'll probably be Living World 3. Living World Season 3. Living World Season 3 will start after the third raid wing, so I'm guessing it has to be... The third raid wing is probably going to be released soon.
Well, the second wing was supposed to be released soon after the first wing, and we haven't even gotten that yet.
Who knows? We have this Tuesday to look for an update patch. Expect to see permanent changes to the world, possibly both old and new maps. Living World Season 3 will pick off where Heart of Thorns left off. Expect Ravnovus, the Egg, etc. About the collaborative process of how the story is being developed. Requires Heart of Thorns, so you need Heart of Thorns to actually even play the new Living World. Living World Season 3 will open up some adventures for non-raiders to acquire gear/stat combinations that are unique to raids. also includes ascended items. It seems like they're trying to like focus all their effort for people going into raids. Let's see. To be honest, the fact that they actually did it AMA, I wish they like both have said in the Facebook chat. I wish they told us that they were gonna have a AMA and told people that it was gonna happen. That way, so people can get ready and actually take the time to write out their thoughtful questions and stuff like that. The things that I'm basically interested in is the Living World, Wolver's World, and Super Adventure Box, but they didn't really say anything for Super Adventure Box, sadly. They said also impossible to go back to the previous 2-week release schedule. It will sacrifice too much quality. So they're not going to go back to every 2 weeks of updates like they did in the past. No plans for improving underwater combat currently. Not fully against splitting skills between PvE, PvP, and World. So basically, in World, not just 5 targets get the hit by something, but multiple and huge groups numbers instead of 5. So they were talking about splitting that up previously in a post way back when. Other than that, the big news was Colin Johansson was leaving ArenaNet. Plus all this junk that was put in here. Mega server system is being reworked in development for several months. Mega servers are basically global storage districts, but automatically solving the mega server issues is a relation to guilds is hard. Open to suggestions. So reworking the mega server system. And that's basically it. But it is like a huge dump of information that they release. There's a link to every conversation that I believe in this one post, all the links link back to the conversation they had involving that certain topic. But the only things I care about, like I said, is Wolver's World and Living World, basically. I was surprised that they said that they were actually working on the second expansion for Guild Wars 2. Hopefully it's not like...
Character creation. Please.
So yeah,
For like 30 minutes now, please give me a fucking name.
Give you a what?
A name, a first name. The family name is Evil Santos. I don't know. Usually Evil Santos is the fucking name that I pick. And I'm so... I don't know.
you Black Desert nerds.